Honda Civic hatchback.
Yes.
This should be a fun reaction for you.
Not even close to a Tesla.
I see cars as toys all the time. So yesterday I took you for a ride in a car that you thought was kind of fast, and that car had like less than half the power of this. So you've never really been in a like very highly modified car, right?
No.
Okay. So, and you're not, you don't know a lot about cars, or do you like car verbiage? Okay. So I'm gonna keep it, yeah. We'll just get your first initial impressions. I'll just say for the folks watching and just also to you, you know when you drive a car, you have your tachometer, not the speed, the one that goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mm-hmm. When you hit the gas on normal cars, it makes power pretty down low. You know, you hit the gas, your car starts moving, all good. This car has a fairly large turbo to the point where it doesn't really make full power until give or take a little bit below 5,000 RPM. So before that, you could be like flooring it and it's gonna feel like a snail. And then the turbo builds boost a little bit below, it starts building like full boost, and then you're gonna feel the power kick in.
Yeah.
So this is not like a car that you would want to drive around all the time. One, because of the power delivery, the drivability, the clutch, everything, you know. But again, that's not why I bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it because I've owned 2 Evos. I love modifying them, and this is more of a toy for me. I see cars as toys a lot of the times. Some of my cars are daily drivers. This is a toy. It's meant to enjoy to its limits, driving it and just having fun with it. So we're gonna have my nephew here. How old are you again?
18.
18, all right. You have a Honda Civic hatchback.
Yes.
Straight up, just like normal. I don't even know what comes in those. 1.5 turbo? I don't even know what engine that
I
has.
have no idea.
All right. This should be a fun reaction for you. I'm not gonna go too crazy because I know your father wants you back in one piece. So we're just gonna just nice and simple, go little second, third, fourth gear pull. I have had issues with third gear not going in, so I'm not gonna go too crazy regardless. I don't drive this car that often anyway, so, you know, if I need to sell it, I will. I just don't plan on it, but with all the health stuff, who knows? So we're in third gear. We'll probably wait until we get past this turn a little bit. The engine is warm now, and we'll just kind of get on and do a little third to fourth gear pull, and see what you think about it.
I'm excited.
It's got, it should have a little over 500 to the wheels, 500 horsepower right now.
Oh, wow.
We don't have too much room because we have cars coming up.
Oh, shit.
Quick little third gear, a little bit of fourth.
Wow.
What do you think?
That's fucking fast.
Pushes you back, right? Glad you like it. Yeah, I don't know why we have so much traffic here, but we'll do another little second, third, fourth gear pull so you can get another little feel for it, and then we'll go back because I know the family is waiting to eat dinner. But that's what a give or take 500 wheel horsepower car / Evo 10 feels like. At least third gear.
That's fast.
I would say compared to the cars you've been in, I would imagine it's quick.
Yeah, I've never been in a car like above like 200 horsepower, so.
Yeah, and what you need to understand too is cars like manufacturers, when they say 200, they're not talking to the wheels. So it's like 200 might be like 170 to the wheels or something, depending on drivetrain loss. When you modify a car and you start actually talking like that, you put on a dyno, it's wheel horsepower. So a car like this that's making, I don't know, between 500 to 520, if I recall correctly, on E60, which is, it's basically on, I don't know if you know what E85 is.
Is that the gas?
Yeah, so it's tuned on like a, I think it's called like a flex fuel setup. So it's running E60 right now. It's a combination of E85 and 93 octane running E60. I think that's what it was tuned on from the previous owner. Well, I know it was tuned on E60 because they didn't have E85 at the time. And he said it was making a little over 500. But that's 500 to the wheels, which means it could be creeping towards the 600 mark in the form of like, oh, my Civic makes 200 from the factory. Like this will be equivalent to this making whatever the math is, 570, 580, you know, creeping up there.
Yeah.
But to the wheels, it's, you know, I haven't dynoed it. According to the previous owner, he had the dyno sheet. I still need to wait for it. I just haven't gotten it yet. It should be a little over 500. So it looks like there's a cop up there, and that's why we have traffic, because there definitely should not be traffic at this time over here. Waste my E85, why don't we? I had to go drive a couple towns over and fill up 85 in jugs to fill up 85 at my house.
Oh, there's none around.
There's none around here. The closest one is like 2-3 towns over. Green light. Let's make this one light. I'm just gonna go further
not
up.
Moving at all. Oh, there we go.
So, is there really another car, or is it just one little Beetle? Like this little. Oh, he hit something. Because the front was smashed and he hit an invisible car. It's fast, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, it's not a lot of people, like, to put it in perspective, this has 500. A lot of folks build these up to like 800 wheel horsepower. The turbo that's in here is probably good to 800. It's the engine on this has not been touched yet. So the engine is gonna need some work, and then this car can make 800 horsepower. So imagine going from 500 to 800. That was the goal for this. To kind of build the engine a little bit more, strengthen it to the point where it could produce 800 wheel horsepower safely, because the turbo has the potential to do that.
Right.
It's just the engine is not strong enough, considering it's basically, yeah, it's completely stock at this point. But, you know, I might need to sell it and not progress with it. We'll see how I can do financially, health-wise. If things go okay, then I'll keep it, and maybe next time you come down, this thing will be almost double as fast. Pretty damn crazy, because it's already pretty quick right now. Like, it's fast.
I mean, yeah, it is fast.
Pretty nice.
See, I've been in a Tesla before. Those have crazy pulls too.
Oh yeah, that's like instant.
Yeah.
My friend took me for a ride in a Tesla. I think it was the Model X, the SUV,
yeah.
But it was the Plaid, and he did like the launch control and everything, and yeah, that thing was crazy.
It's fast.
Bump, 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 bump. So you were in a fast car then? Was it a Plaid or no?
No.
Okay. I don't know if this is, if that wasn't a Plaid, then maybe this was fast. I don't know. Yeah, I would imagine this is faster than a non-Plaid if it was like a base Tesla. I don't know what those things go for or whatever. We'll do a little second gear rippage. Second, third, fourth gear rip.
Not even close to a Tesla.
It's fun, but you need to be like, as you can see, on a highway, a more straight road to enjoy it. Where my little 500, the Fiat 500 I bought, the 124 Spider, those are nowhere near as fast, but they are super fun in their own way. You could drive around town, have fun with them, they handle amazing. This is more of a like, you know, you enjoy it safely when you can, enjoy the power.
Yeah.
Obviously, taking it to the track would be the best way to fully enjoy it. But around town, you know, there's really nothing there. And you can't floor it wide open throttle around town.
Yeah.
So there's the plus and minuses to over-modifying a car to this degree. You lose some of the drivability. You lose a lot of drivability, and you actually do lose some of the fun when you're just traveling around. That's why, like, I don't take this out too often, because it's not the most fun just driving around.
Yeah, exactly.
M4, that looks fancy. How do you think it sounds? Pretty crazy?
I mean, it sounds nice. I like the sound. Is that the turbo that I hear?
That's the blow-off valve. So when you let off the throttle, it vents the air.
Yeah.
That's the blow-off valve. So when you have a turbo, you have the blow-off valve that vents excess boost pressure out. On this car, it's actually not that loud, even though you hear it. It's more like a recirculating. It goes back into the intake. If I were to take you for a ride in either the Fiat 500 or the 124, although they're slower, they're more turbo. You'll hear more turbo noises. Those vent what's called to the atmosphere outside.
Right.
So all that excess air gets out, and it's actually a lot louder. Some people like it, some people don't. When I was younger, I didn't like it as much. And as I got older, it's usually the flip side, but as I got older, I started enjoying it on some cars. Because when I was younger, a lot of cars like the Evo, you actually are not supposed to run it to the atmosphere. It messes with your sensors, because the engine, the computer, like knows there's a certain amount of air going into the intake and it wants to see it being recirculated. But on the Fiats, like it just sound awesome. I'm telling you, for a 4-cylinder, like it's a 1.4 liter, it's like similar to your Civic almost.
Yeah, exactly.
But they sound so good. It's completely different than so many 4-cylinders. This is just its own animal. You guys are going to be here for a few days, so maybe one day we'll go for a ride in the 500 or even the wide body 124. Again, those are not nearly as fast by any means, but they're still extremely, extremely fun, and I think they sound amazing.